In this video, I want to show you how to get started building your first analytic dashboard. We'll start off in Design Studio and we're going to create a new project. Under New Component, choose Analytic Dashboard. And then click the Dashboard Design button to start the Dashboard Designer. You'll notice we start off with a data source, SQL Data Source 1. And for the data source, we need a query, so we'll choose Add Query. And I've already got a pre-built query here, and we're looking at the order history, order line, and customer information. So we'll just paste it in here. And now you'll see we have all the columns under query that were in that SQL statement. I'm going to click on Home and you'll see all the different elements that we can post onto the dashboard. And I'm going to click a grid to start with, and we're going to look at product category description, and we want to look at the revenue for that product category and units sold. The units sold is coming out in dollars because it's just doing an auto on that, an auto format. So we're going to change that to numbers so it looks a little nicer. And then I'm going to sort descending by revenue. Now you can see, looking at the revenue, it's not really descriptive. It's kind of hard to look at the data here and make any sense of it. So let's put revenue on here one more time. And this time on this revenue column, I want to look at it by like a bar chart. And so that gives us a little bit more of a graphical understanding of what's going on with the data. Now I also want to add a pie chart, and I want to look at the pie chart by total sales amount, and we'll look at that by customer name. Now that's a lot of data and it's quite useless, so let's go look at the top 5 customers. Now notice we've got both of these are green, and if we look at the design tab here, we're using global colors. And the reason we see that is because it has assigned a color to every single customer, and it just so happens that these 2 customers are very similar in color. So I want it to look a little nicer, so I'm going to click local colors, and now I want to add a gauge, and let's just drag it over to where we want it, clean up the sizing here a little bit. And on this gauge, I'm going to look at the total count as the target, so the total count of orders we have out there. And on time count is going to look at where the ship date is greater than the promise date. Now looking at the gauge here, it's not very informative, so we need to do a little bit of formatting on it. And so we're going to go to the look at percent of target, and we want a warning if it is less than our threshold percent of 3%. All right, so it's gray. We're in the clear. When we go less than 3% of 100%, we'll start getting some warning signs on that. I'd also like to see what it looks like by product category. So I'm going to add the total count. Click on the grid here, and I'll put total count as a new column. And we're going to look at this by a delta. And we want to look at it the same way: percent of target, warning if less, and within 3% of the target. The total count should be the target, and the on-time count will be the actual. And there we go. So our on-time percent based on product category. Well, let's clean this up a little bit here. So I'm going to hide the caption, and I also want to edit my names and make it look a little nicer. And same with the pie here. I want to hide the caption, change the names up a bit. Top 5 customers. And we'll change the name here on this as well. Okay. And lastly, I want to add a range filter. And I want that to go to the top here. Now, a range filter is going to give us a nice looking range of data over time. And so I want to look at the total sales amount as the value over time based on the order date. And I want to look at that by exact date. So we can see the exact dates over time of our sales amount. And this range filter also acts as a not only just a range of data, but it's also a filter. So you see when we move this around, our data is going to change down here. My top 5 customers, though, I don't want that to. I want it to stay static. So I want to go over to the data and choose Ignore Master Filters. So therefore, when we change our data here on the top 5 customers will stay, but my gauge and my grid will change with the date range. And that's it. Thanks for watching.